Magnum presentation.
Hi, I'm the Asian film fanatic, and in this episode, I'll be reviewing John Woo's The Killer. The Killer is about a hired assassin who accidentally blinds a songstress during a hit job. Feeling remorse over his actions, he attempts to raise money for a surgery that will restore her eyesight. Along the way, he runs into conflict with the crime boss who hired him and a police inspector who's out to get him. It's a story about good and evil, codes of conduct, friendship, loyalty, honor. The film is directed by John Woo, best known for his stylistic slow motion and dual gun wielding protagonists. You know those movies, The Matrix or Equilibrium? Screw those movies! Those movies are just copycats. Everyone wants to be like John Woo. Dogs, cats, men, women, children. I want to be like John Woo. Even John Woo wants to be like John Woo. Actually, John Woo himself cites his influences by the likes of Martin Scorsese, Sam Peckinpah, Jean-Pierre Melville, and Chinese director Chang Che. The Killer stars Chow Yun-fat as Ah Jong, or as I like to say, Ah Jong. He's great. Sally Ye's role as Janie the singer isn't much more than a damsel in distress / love interest role, and I'm alright with that. I found their relationship light but believable. Did I mention this movie's a romance? Well, it's also equal parts, if not more so, bromance. Mainly in Ah Jong's interactions with Inspector Lee, as well as his best friend / colleague Feng Se. Despite these competing forces, it all fits together. Janie helps motivate Ah Jong's reform. Inspector Lee and Feng Se help enhance themes of brotherhood and morality. The Killer is the peak of a handful of movies in a genre that critics would coin as heroic bloodshed. Many would consider this movie to be one of the best of Chow Yun-fat and John Woo's collaborations. Excessive gunplay, slow motion, white doves, melodrama, Christian imagery, explosions. The Killer's got it all. If you're an action fan, this movie doesn't disappoint. But even better, it has the characters that actually make you care. As they say,
The Killer is great cinema.
Now I'm going to recap this entire movie with spoilers. We start off with some moody music overlooking Hong Kong. While the English title of this is The Killer, a more literal translation is Bloodshed of Two Heroes, which is kind of more appropriate. Loyal Lo is listed as a composer and probably composed the main theme. However, the soundtrack of this movie borrows many cues from the movie Red Heat, but I think it's used effectively if you ask me. Ah Jong meets his friend Feng Se for a hit job. Notice the white scarf he's wearing? Anytime you see someone wearing white in a John Woo flick, you know it's bound to be covered in blood. In real life, Sally Ye is also a professional singer with over 30 albums. That's her real singing voice you're hearing. He gets to the restaurant and kills the guy in spectacular fashion, but accidentally blinds the singer. In a follow-up visit, a doctor tells Jenny that she needs a cornea transplant in order to save her eyes. Inspector Tsang is there, and he asks her if she remembers what the killer looks like. As time goes by, Ah Jong does what any guilty assassin would do. He stalks her. It's very romantic. Thankfully, his stalking pays off when he rescues Jenny from a bunch of random pervs. Bam! 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 Kick! Kick! Bam! 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 Pow! Bam! Yeah! Throw the trash can at him! Ugh! After beating the crap out of those guys, Ah Jong offers to walk Jenny home. Well, after some persuasion, she accepts. The music makes it very sweet. Once at her apartment, he feels even worse when he sees the life that he's ruined. Oh look, it's a bloody scarf. Next, we get introduced to Inspector Lee. In a sting operation, he nails the bad guy, but innocent people still get hurt. In the aftermath, he gets chewed up by his superiors. But being a man of justice, Lee defends his actions. Meanwhile, Ah-jong accepts another hit job. Budweiser, who'd want to drink that crap? Ah-jong asks for a big paycheck so he can take Jenny overseas for a cornea transplant. By this time, they've developed feelings for each other. Lee and his partner are assigned to protect the same target, but he's not a hard target. John Woo really plays up the suspense here. His low-angle, slow-motion camera shots are totally badass. Oh, chill out everyone, he just fainted. He probably only has a headache. Lee sees Ah-jong speeding away and a boat chase ensues. Then they lose him in totally open waters. After getting away, he gets ambushed by the same gang who hired him. Look, it's a little girl wearing white. More showy gunplay, explosions, and unintentional casualties. Lee takes notice and arrives just in time to see Ah-jong save the little girl. Ah-jong drives her to the hospital. Scared heart. We already know that he's a killer with a conscience, but this time, Inspector Lee gets to see for himself. After Ah-jong gets away, Lee gets chewed out again. And is that what I think it is? Let me find a better angle here. Oh yeah, it's one of those awesome hairy moles. Hairy moles are good luck in Chinese culture, if you know what I mean. Lee gets the police artist to render a better portrait of Ah-jong, and then he gets his man crush on. Lee and his partner revisit Janie's case, suspecting a link. When Ah-jong goes to Feng-sei to ask for his money, Feng-sei tries to double-cross Ah-jong, because his boss told him to. After some awesome gunplay, Ah-jong spares Feng-sei's life, cause he's a friend. Immediately after, Inspector Lee checks out the carnage. John Woo literally compares Ah-jong and Inspector Lee, a cop and a killer. One on the side of light, and the other in darkness. Two men of similar principle in different worlds. I really love these moody blue shots. The cinematographers did a nice job here. Lee and Seng stake out Jenny's place like a pair of creeps. When Ah-jong shows up, they have some amusing interactions, but he gets away. They soon fill Jenny in on the truth of what's going on. Feng-sei begs his boss to pay Ah-jong, but he refuses. Ah-jong also tries to kill him, but fails. Afterward, Ah-jong gets angry at Feng-sei for begging, but Feng-sei says he begged out of friendship and honor. Honor among thieves is a common John Woo theme. There's bad guys with a moral code, and then there are bad guys who are just plain evil. Jenny agrees to help Inspector Lee to set up Ah-jong for his own safety. Having second thoughts, she warns Ah-jong. But Ah-jong outsmarts them again. He uses Feng-sei as a diversion and flees with Jenny. Bam! How'd he get all those Japanese people? While in bed, Ah-jong tells Jenny he hopes he doesn't have to kill again. Yeah, that's what all men say. The police interrogate Feng-sei, but eventually they release him. Inspector Seng follows him, but gets ambushed by another killer. Feng-sei tells Ah-jong he's gonna get his money. In the hospital, Seng tells Lee where Feng-sei went, so Lee goes after him. Magnum! The other killer guy follows. See how Ah-jong's wearing that awesome white suit? Who are all those football guys? Why are they all wearing white? Lee holds up Ah-jong. With those football guys attacking, things get crazy. So Lee puts differences aside and helps Ah-jong. So much for not killing anyone. Red on white, red on white, red on white, red on white. Here's a scene no action movie is complete without. The DIY first aid scene. Some misguided critics have called scenes like this homoerotic. To the contrary, I just don't see it. Inflicting pain on each other is like a male bonding ritual. John Woo intercuts mirror comparison shots here again. two men of similar principle on different sides of the law. They reach the church and await Feng Se. When Feng Se insists on getting all Zheng's pay, the boss beats his ass, but they don't beat his dignity. And does he ever stand up to them? He gets the money and heads to the church. Now there's a real friend! When you see those white doves, you know there's gonna be trouble. The boss shows up and shoots Feng Se. His dying wish is for Zheng to shoot him so he can die with dignity. That's heartbreaking. We then get a choreographed ballet of blood, bullets, and bodies. Oh yeah! Look at that slow strut. That's totally badass. Sometimes, John Woo likes using freeze frames like an episode of Chips. In the final showdown, the boss kidnaps Jenny and holds her at gunpoint. Well, I guess we all know how this ends. Obviously, the bad guy gets killed and we have a happy ending, right? That's so sad that they missed each other. The police arrive and the boss surrenders. So Lee decides to take justice in his own hands. Justice! Tragic, yet poetic. Who's that playing the harmonica at the end? I guess it's some sort of memorandum. I assume Lee gets arrested and doesn't have a chance to use that money to get Jenny her transplant. Your guess is as good as mine. So that's The Killer, one of the greatest gun action movies that's ever been made. A powerhouse tour de force of Hong Kong cinema, shot with great style and flair. A tale of good versus evil, of romance, bromance, sentimental loyalty, honor, and tradition, the valuing and devaluing of human life, a bittersweet take on justice and injustice, and it does so in an ending that's both tragic and resolute. I was left satisfied and unsatisfied at the same time. It was enough to make a grown man cry tears of blood. Now that's a great movie. I'm the Asian Film Fanatic, and I'll see you later. Ah!